Hello, I'm Kads, and welcome back to the Free-to-Play review. It's been a few days since my last upload, and there's no good reason for that. I honestly just didn't have much to talk about, but I've been enjoying the break after the fusion, just working on Sand Devil, trying to farm some dust. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys have been doing for the past week or so. But today's topic is going to be the Hunter's Path, the latest iteration of the Hero's Path in the game. And this particular iteration has the most accessible form of engagement, that being champion training, alongside a summon rush. In terms of what you can get from this path, we scroll all the way down. You have an Immortal Soulstone up for grabs, couple Legendary Tomes, and Eternal Soulstone. And then I believe what are their intended crown jewels would be the souls, 5-star perfect souls for Hansel and Gretel here. But honestly, considering that a lot of people found the Fusion Champion underwhelming, and there was practically no way to get the partner without spending money, most people probably aren't interested in either or both of their souls. But that does provide an interesting opportunity for those of us who are not interested in the soul, and I'm including myself in that category, meaning we can honestly just kind of focus on the central path. So first of all, let's go over it a little bit. I want to note here that you do start off with one key, and you can see here that you need one key to go down either one of these trees here at the bottom. And if for some reason you wanted to do everything, you'd have to come down one of the paths and then get the keys at the bottom. So starting with the cheapest and probably the most enticing option would be just getting yourself one legendary tome. So all you have to do is pick your favorite side here, come down the left hand or the right hand side. You meet down here at this row and you come down the center. You have, once again, the one free key. You don't have to earn it by doing anything else. It's just given to you. You get the Immortal, and then you get your legendary tome, and that's only going to cost you 25,000 points. If you wanted to go a bit further and get yourself the Eternal Soulstone, of course, you just add 30,000 to that, making that 55,000 points. And if for some reason you actually are interested in getting one of the perfect souls, I only did the math for just getting one of them. I doubt most people want to go for both, but I digress. So essentially, it's kind of the same start as the legendary tome. You come down all the way, however you'd like, to this row here, but instead you veer over to the right or to the left, 6,000 points, open the key here, 50,000, for a grand total of 64,000 points just to get yourself one of the souls. And all of the paths I just mentioned are assuming you use the one free key to go down whichever path you care to go for, not trying to do multiple at one time. If we hop over to the spreadsheet, we can take a look at this in a more digestible format. We have the three paths that I identified here, and if you wanted to convert those directly into each of the shard types, then you can do that down here in the bottom section, or you can see that down here. And this spreadsheet will be linked in the description box down below if you want to check it out for yourself. The main takeaway here, I would say, is that, if you wanted to go for the one legendary tome, you'd have to pull about 6 sacreds, which is fairly cheap considering how much they normally cost in like a champion chase, like a 2x sacreds, for example. It would cost you in the realm of maybe 8 to 10 sacreds to secure a legendary tome in that context. And if you wanted to get one from a normal summon rush, it would cost you somewhere around at least 7 sacreds or more to get it. So this is a great deal if you're just looking at in terms of sacred shards, converting those into a legendary tome. If you wanted to go for the Eternal, it'd be 13. If you wanted to go for one of the 5-star souls, it'd be 15. So just keep that in mind. Obviously, you can mix and match any of the shard types. So you can mix and match however many of each type you want to use if you really wanted to do that. And of course, there is the incentive with the progressive trans events going on for every single day of the Hero's Path. I'm not going to go through the entire list of the champions. You can kind of pick and choose based on who you see there. And if that appeals to you, then of course you can pull that type of shard on that type of day, etc. But thankfully, pulling shards is only half of what you could do for this. There is also the champion training aspect, and we have that section over here. We have the 2 rows that I always like to point out, which is per capita, meaning that this is the amount of points you're going to get for making each tier of the chicken. And then the cumulative row just means you're accounting for the fact that it takes multiple chickens to make the next tier of chicken. And so theoretically, if you wanted to secure yourself the legendary tome over the course of the next 4 days, all you'd have to do is make one 6-star champion from scratch and then have a little bit of excess training to go with that. So it's actually not that ridiculous to just get yourself one legendary tome just via champion training exclusively. You're probably not going to be able to achieve this purely with just the daily accrual energy, but if you have any energy stockpiles or are willing to use gems for this purpose, then it most certainly will be accomplishable over the course of the next 4 days. In terms of what I plan to do for myself, like I mentioned, I don't really care about the 5-star perfect soul for Gretel. I did do the fusion. I do have her. She is on my account, but I don't really intend to use her in the near term. I'd be open to using her if and only if I happen to get Hansel sometime in the future, but her alone is not really enticing me to, 1, go for her 5-star soul, or 2, just build her out in general. My goal would be to get both of these legendary tomes because they are right next to each other and there's no additional pathing required to get there, although it is very tempting to go all the way out there for the Eternal Soulstone because it is also within a decent proximity. And as you can see here on the left, I already have a decent amount of champion training already completed. I had a ton of energy saved up because I've just been running Sand Devil, just the daily accrual energy, but I've been saving all the energy from all the events and tournaments. I guess we can take a look and see, well, the events are gone, but we can look at the tournaments just so I can highlight where all this energy came from. So most of them have already expired, unfortunately, but for example, like this classic arena takedown, I'd save this energy node here, 75 energy, and I'd use that for the champion training. But there was a bunch of events that just ended, a couple of tournaments, many events like artifact enhancement. I had some energy nodes from there and stuff like that. There's also like the CVC energy that I haven't claimed yet, and that will come into my inbox tomorrow. And then there's also all 1000 of the clan shop energy. And so I had a decent amount of energy stockpiled, and I still have a decent amount of energy to go. And so I'm fairly certain that I can get all the way out there to, I guess, 35,000 points would be the equivalent of getting both legendary tomes with relative ease. But if all else fails, I still have a bunch of gems that I could use to convert that into energy to make sure that I get the legendary tomes as well. I am in the market for more legendary tomes as always, but even more so because of the fusion that's starting next week. But we'll talk about that more on Monday when it goes live, and hopefully he works the way I think he works, because that will be a massive game changer for my account. And I might as well mention that this weekend is going to be another stream weekend on my Twitch channel, which has the same name as the YouTube channel here, taking place at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. Most likely we're just going to be grinding out some champion training, working on this hero's path, but I'll also be open to chatting with you guys about anything else going on in the game, like the new fusion and or the new clan boss. Popping into the stream is the #1 way to interact directly with me if that's something you'd like to do. So I hope to see you there once again this upcoming Saturday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. But getting back on track here, if you guys are interested in participating in this path and you don't want to spend that many shards, then I encourage you to do what I'm doing, focus on champion training as much as you could possibly do over the next 4 days, and try and go for at least one of the legendary tomes, maybe both, maybe a legendary tome in the Eternal, depending on how you want to play it. But if you are interested in getting one of the perfect souls for whatever reason, maybe you happen to pull the duo, who knows, then you're probably going to have to look into more of the avenue of pulling some shards and kind of picking and choosing which day is most appealing to you in terms of the champions being offered. But of course, the next fusion has already been announced, so you might want to consider that as well, making sure that you have enough for that one if he's of your interest. All right, so that's going to do it for the free-to-play review of the Hunter's Path. Let me know in the comment section down below what your plan is relative to this Hunter's Path. Are you going for the tomes? Are you going for the souls? Or are you just going to skip it and wait for the fusion starting next week on Monday? As always, if you did find this video helpful, then be sure to hit that like button down below. It really does help out the channel. And if you enjoyed the video, then be sure to subscribe to the channel for more content just like this one in the future. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.